What's up, guys? Welcome to the Hard Carry, where we're carrying Call of Duty League matches straight to you. We're here today, Major 5 tournament, OpTic Texas versus Florida Mutineers. Let's check out the intros.
Hello, you sexy Canadians. How are we? It is beautiful here, and we are ready to get rocking. We've got Florida. We've got Texas. Let's introduce our first squad, Florida Mutineers.
Which one
do you want me to
OpTic,
do?
I think.
Give me the smoke, I want it all. What they saying, take a toke. I love that hate, I don't need no antidote. Better keep it light when you talking to the globe. It's no joke. Give me the smoke, I want it all. What they saying, take a toke. I love that hate, I don't need no antidote. Better keep it light when you talking to the globe. It's no joke. Give me the smoke, I want it all. What they saying, take a toke.
I like Brack in the squid outfit.
Let's meet Florida. We've got Capsidal, Vickle, Brack, and Fellow.
How dare you boo this squad? The 10th seed coming in with a 3-1 record in our Major 5 qualifiers. Capsidal, Vickle with this fresh haircut, Brack and Fellow are ready to take down the Titans. Can they do it? They gotta start with a hot game one and finish strong and control. Let's see if they can get it done, Clint.
And next up, their competition, maybe the favorites for the event this weekend. Let's meet your OpTic Texas.
Green versus green.
Ghosty, Shotzi, Hook, and Dashi.
The green wall cannot get caught slipping here. Historically, Florida Mutineers has the edge, but not against this squad. Looking to form another dynasty. OpTic Texas hasn't looked this good in quite a while. Top 5 in seeding, but the only team without a chip yet this year. And they're going to have to start it here. Let's get this game started.
Let's go, Cup.
It's time to get rocking. Don't worry, Shotzi, nobody saw that, buddy. Let's get it going to our casters, Lando and Study.
Thank you, Baldy. Yes, indeedy. It is about to be a very interesting match. Jay, I saw a pretty familiar face on the stage. Was that 3 Rings Karma?
That's
Coach
3-time.
OpTic?
That's the 3-time coaching
Okay.
OpTic. You got to be feeling good with that guy standing behind you.
I know, right? I saw it on the docuseries
All
earlier.
right,
You and
I
I
like
were
it.
like, are we about to see Damon potentially coaching this roster? It looks like that's the case. But into the matchup we go. OpTic Texas versus Florida. Historically, man, this has been a matchup that if you're Florida, you have liked on land. But if recency tells us anything, this has been a pretty easy matchup for the Texas boys.
Yeah, they just recently matched up in Stage 5. It was a clean 3-0 for OpTic Texas, and they did it on beating Florida at some of their best maps. So if you're Florida, you got to be on point today.
Without a doubt, you can see a few of the fans here. Maybe a few thumbs down, quite a few thumbs up. But let's talk about the matchup when it comes down to this series. Coaching staff ready, but the matchup coming into this game, Jay, it feels like it's going to be Shotzi versus Vickle, right? For the Florida Mutineers side, it feels like he has been the all-star. At the same time, for Texas, I mean, Shotzi has been lights out, especially as of late.
Oh, yeah, Shotzi's been in another planet. Like, you see his S&D stats, that's the stuff that really sticks out, because that's where these two really matched up. 1.63 for Shotzi, 0.89 for Vickle. But last time they matched up head-to-head on an S&D map, it was 5 first bloods for Shotzi, 5 first deaths for Vickle. So these playmaker matchup is going to be an impact all throughout this series.
Yeah, without question. I know we're talking about these two, and they are definitely going to be at the tip of our tongue, especially in this opening hard point where SMGs reign true. We're talking about Fortress Hardpoint. Many very confused as to why Florida would decide to play OpTic Texas, especially in game number 1, given OpTic's prowess on this hardpoint. can you dive into the details? Why would Florida decide to play a map like this, given how strong Texas has been on it?
Oh, the reason why you play this in Florida because you're 2-0 in the stage. You beat LADs 250 to 130. You also take care of London. London is not the best competition, but the LADs one you gotta take it. So you want to play to your strengths. I know it's also OpTic Texas strength. Ever since Ghosty has entered the lineup, they have never lost Fortress AP. They are 8-0. But if you are Florida, it has to start on your side. You're not worried about the other team. Confidence has to be within.
Yeah, and I feel like when we talk about this matchup, it's no surprise. Right? OpTic Texas are huge favorites, not just in this series, but to win the entire tournament. Does it feel like, Jay, as crazy as it sounds, does this have to be a Game 1 victory for Florida?
This has to be a W. Because this has been the mode all throughout the stage where they actually, for the first time ever, have had a positive record in HP. But in the matchup versus OpTic Texas, you have yet to beat them, so this is where they got to answer.
You absolutely have to. This has been one of the better stages for the Florida Mutineers when it comes down to hardpoint, but now you're facing off against the best team in the mode on arguably their best hardpoint, walking away with W's by over 130 points. We'll see if Florida can come away with some magic today. It's into P1 we go, and really, no one can hop on that objective, Jay.
Yeah, and that's kind of not the best case scenario if you are Florida. You start off on the preferred side, you usually are going to be able to get a little bit of that P1 time. But OpTic Texas, they kept it scrappy. They kept the mix going, and they were able to keep them off of P1, and now with only 15 seconds left, they're the team that's on it. But Florida maintain those spawns for the P2. They're trying to chop OpTic in.
And this is a big moment already into this game. Boop, first line of defense, cuts away Brack. And that's massive given how important the P2 spawns will be. What, just 15 seconds end up going either team's way over at P1. It's about to be a totally different situation as we head over to stage now.
Yeah, the spawns were able to flip. Shotzi with the route through bottom art just gets behind enemy lines. So now OpTic Texas have the opportunity to take the lead. You still get a couple of close spawns, though. If you are Florida Mutineers, Vico and Brack, they combine for 3. Who's the last one? He gets cut down. And now all of OpTic Texas are scattered.
That is a very welcome sight if you're a Florida fan. It feels like, Jay, lately, and so far throughout Major 5, it has been Vico and Brack, the superstars here for Florida, leading in pretty much every single mode for them. Fresh fade. Fecal tries to jump on forward, not able to win that fight versus Shotzi. 25 seconds still to fight for. And right now, if you're the Mutineers, you're kind of playing with house money, right? You've got that rotation on lock, and now they win the fight for the final 20.
Yeah, you will take this if you are the Mutineers. You're fighting for this final 20. You keep it scrappy. You still have players contesting it, but the big picture moment is when they rotate early over towards P3. But it's usually not that easy, especially versus a team like OpTic. Find success break after break. They're never worried about the rotation. It's all about the holds and the break percentage to win these hills, and they start off with the initial fight.
It feels like this hardpoint's going to tell us a lot. Florida lock it down. This could be a very tightly contested hardpoint. If we see an early Texas break, well, that could be a sign of things to come. But up to this point, first 45 seconds out of the way, it has been one wave cleared here for the Florida Mutineers. Capsule, he decides to rush on forward. He gets a guaranteed kill. Texas finds 2 in return as they begin yet another attack into the point.
Oh, OpTic Texas, they did find those initial 2 kills, but they did not block that close spawn. So you still have bodies here if you are the Florida Mutineers, and Brack is not missing any shots. He finds another 2. Now it's the team here to assist them, and the Florida Mutineers with a flawless 60 hold at P3 to give themselves a nice little comfortable lead.
I don't want to get too ahead of myself, Jay, but is this already the best performance that we've seen a team have this early in the game versus Texas on Fortress?
Yeah, it is, because usually Texas, they're on the opposite side of this scoreboard. Right now, Florida Mutineers, they're not making mistakes. Their setups have been great. They're not losing that initial gunfight, and they're trading efficient. But now it's all about getting out of this back spawn. OpTic Texas win a rotation over towards Cannon. They're slowly trying to climb their way back into this game. But look at Brack. He already finds himself behind enemy lines.
This is great work already from Florida. That's going to be 3 straight in the feed. Last one alive is Hook, who basically has to hit the retreat, wait for a few teammates to come off the spawn. I mean, this is picture-perfect work from Florida. And I think it was Nameless who was talking about how Fellow was saying, hey, nobody wants to see us on Fortress right now. We were even hearing in the lounge, like in the player comms, right? There's been a lot of people talking about how great this Mutineers team has looked, especially as of lately. And right now, we are seeing that on full display, nearly up 100 already.
Yeah, OpTic just got to find a way to stop the bleeding. Florida just roaming around, being nuisances, finding the openings to flip these spawns, and now find themselves up by 100 points. And Vico, Already on a 6-3, make it 7. He doesn't plan on slowing down. The haircut has given him power.
Oh, it absolutely is, Jay. He looks fantastic. Now at 15-8, has a cruise missile, dodging shots, eventually falls, and now we take a look toward Blacksmith, the final hard point on the first set of rotations, and it is a massive lead currently accrued from the Mutineers. However, you cannot take your foot off the gas, especially versus this Texas lineup, as we'll see what the mini-map will look to be in our next 30 seconds. Obviously, we'll play for P1. Nobody really walked away with time last time around. And we'll see who can hold on to the left side of your screen, as that will be the P2 spawns later on in the game. But still some time to fight for. And again, it is Florida walking away with the seconds and walking away, Jay, with another 3 down.
That's 3 down. And now you have the ability to push out towards P1, potentially try to flip these spawns. But they're more focused on soaking this time. That's still an 100-point lead. OpTic Texas haven't been able to get a break on towards the Blacksmith, but them finding 3 kills might be the opportunity that they were looking for. You just got to take down Fellow. He's already off the rotation, and Dashy cuts him down. So even though OpTic Texas are currently down by 90 points, they're getting all the kills in the feed. Back to the P1 we go.
We talk historically, right? Florida, they have been OpTic's boogeyman at times when it comes down to land matches,
really
especially back in Vanguard. All of those wins, Jay, that they were able to accrue for 3 straight events were off of opening hardpoint victories. Some of them were stunners. Some of them were dominant hardpoint wins.
Missile.
Right now, Florida is in possession of it, but as we said, Texas still with some fight in them. Not the greatest opening hardpoint here for Ghosty, as he's at 8 and 19, trying to get some objective time. But currently with 25 seconds left, it is Florida preparing for next.
But this is definitely a good start for Florida.
One of our money hills on this map.
Yeah, this is some much needed time, though, if you're OpTic Texas. Going to be able to breach that 100-point mark. But you see Florida Mutineers, they slow down their game. They know that they have to control the spawns for the next hill. Shotzzy does win the initial fight. You just have to come out on top of these trades, but Capsule still being a nuisance on the opposite side of the map.
Trying to be a nuisance, a huge hard point that's about to be inbound. Let's step aside and see how the comms are sounding right now with the Florida Mutineers.
Good job. I'm looking open for a second. I'm just keeping it wide. I needed it. Two of them. Help me. Let me see. Q. He's one shot. He's dead. Okay. Bottom maps. Gate. I have this time.
He's top circle and map box. Okay. He's circle laying down. He's laying down. He's laying down top circle. Trust me. I spawned out. Go focus out.
Guys, one shot.
Two circle.
And top map cage.
Two circle, boys. Two circle.
Cage box on me. Cage dead. Shotsy's.
You're by yourself, Carson. You're by yourself.
I need help in time.
You're by yourself, bro. You're by yourself. Okay. Let this one front time. Statue there.
Ghosty's in the back of time. Okay.
Watch back.
Bottom maps. Take your time on this kill. He's hitting you up. One match. Yeah. He's really weak. K-Bells. Shotsy. Time one shot. He's out of time. Nice. They're gonna be front.
Get time. Go for your map box. Go for maps. Get choke. One more front. Ghosty.
Look your own front. Shoulder your front.
Oh, he's stable. That's one. I'm getting out.
He fell down gate.
He fell down gate right now.
Nice, good job.
They might be bottom upstairs.
Bottom maps. Go bottom maps, Dashy.
Open backed up.
Okay, Dashy's watching towers.
I'll tell you what, these Florida Mutineers have come to play.
Good
220 to
Florida.
108. I still don't even believe the scoreline that I'm looking at right now, Jay.
This is absurd. Like, Florida Mutineers, they're playing lights out. You can hear the energy is definitely in the comms, so they
Only
know what kind of
25 points
situation
from
they
the
are
win
in.
for Florida.
What has been the
OpTic's
success
gotta play
story has
perfect.
been the breaks. Florida Mutineers in Stage 5, the best breaking team on Fortress HP. 71% of the time, they find the break, and that's why they are currently up by 100 points. OpTic Texas need a response. They have to get a full 60-hold in towards the cannon. Oh, there's already pressure here. Fellow Capsule started off. Brack finds the third. Fellow with the fourth. That's a clean 4 dead. Florida Mutineers can close it out now.
DJ
Yep,
Cap
this could be it.
coming out and delivering a diss track right now here in game
10
1.
seconds.
And Brack continues to lock things down. 28 and 15 for him. Mr. Newberry having a statement here in our as Florida stun everybody in this opening HP. One more second to go, but they're already on the rotation. It would have to be perfection if you're Texas, but it will not be today. Florida, unreal stuff.
Yep, Florida, the OpTic boogeymen, as they take map 1 pretty convincingly. Florida's been playing really well recently. Stun OpTic on land there in map number 1. Crazy map. No one really positive on the side of OpTic, but Vickle 27-22, Brack 30 and 16, Capsidal also 26 and 21. Great map 1 there out of Florida. Definitely coming out hot. OpTic gonna have to respond in the S&D. Going to have to figure it out here on the search. Mercado. Uh-oh. What happened?
Victory keys. It was right 72% of the time.
Yeah, so far, I mean, Shotzi has been the first blood master here in major number 5, posting some unbelievable stats, 18 and 8. His attacking KD is a 2, so you'll be looking to see him try to improve upon that performance here into round number 1 we go. The Greenwald chants are out, and Texas looking to come away with an early round victory as Shotzi from the skies puts in some shots there on the cap.
And the biggest thing that this map comes down to is that first blood, and Dashy's able to take down Fellow. So now OpTic Texas in a 3v4 situation. Vico tries to be super aggressive on the lane flank, tries to catch the timing, but OpTic set themselves up perfectly to watch every single angle. So now bomb's going to be planted, and Capsule's going to be the first one to engage.
Oh, Cap obviously knows exactly where Ghosty went. Does he check his right? You bet that he does. Vico at the same time finds one on today. Ghosty, and from there, we now enter into the 2v2. Vico and Brack now versus Shotzi and Dashy. Time continues to tick.
Yeah, there's only 27 seconds on the clock. You got to at least get some information, and Vico does just that. Great shoulder. Now
wow.
To Dashy. It's all up to Shotzi. In a 1v2 with 20 seconds left, Eddie earned.
Oh, and he's able to find that now. 15 seconds. Vico, does he decide to hop on the defuse? Or does he go hunting, watching for the OE? This is going to be a round for Texas. Shotzi able to come away with it. A big 1v2 for him. Wins that head-on fight. And from there, Florida left to scramble. Vico, not a chance. OpTic answer in our first.
Yeah, Shotzi makes that entire
round happen. It's a good double back
happen.
from Shotzi.
He hops up on a dumpster. He's able to take down that player towards Hedge. Once it turns into a 2v2, no hesitation to wrap back through Barbershop, win that first gunfight, and let the clock count down to eventually win the round. Huge 1v1 between him and Vico. Shotzi got the better of him all last week, and he already does in this round number 1. OpTic take the first.
At the same time, though, I mean, Vico at least was able to find 3 kills, so he's still doing his thing. As into round number 2 we go. Utility tossed as Florida take their first whack at attack, and really just 2 quick players already out of the picture. Dashy firing in some bullets over at that cantina. And so far it has been great for Texas, but again, another 2v2 evened out.
Yeah, just a little bit too aggressive right there. When you have your numbers, you want to play the trades. But Fellow strikes as he knows the positioning of Ghosty, so now it's Dashy left in the 1v2. He does have the sniper, also has dead silence as well. But both players from Florida look like they're going to try to be the aggressors and push them out together.
He's going to be careful watching toward his right. As you said, no gun picked up off the ground. Straight up X12 in hand, and Capsidal is there to drop him. Excellent work again from Florida around the bomb site, around Cantina. Another situation where it looks like Texas is in full control, and Florida at least get the mid-round going their way.
Yeah, and I thought OpTic Texas had a great opportunity to win that round. You get your trophies on defense going into the round number 2. You find the first blood. You're already on top in the trade battle. But then Hook just tries to be the over-aggressive in towards top Cantinas. Once he gets picked apart, you leave Ghosty with his pants down and then Dash in a 1v2 with a snipe. Not an easy round to win, but Florida make those adjustments, tie the game up at 1, but OpTic back on the attack.
Let's see if Dash can put that sniper to good use. Unfortunately for him, it's really just a watch over Shotzi. Excellent overwatch. In the meantime, Shotzi not able to do the rest, but does deliver a stun. Also gives communication over to the squad mates as Vico delivers on another close range kill.
Now it's a 3v2, make it a 3v1. Capsule with the angle to take down Ghosty. Now it's Dashy again in another clutch. 1v3 this time around. Bomb's still going to be down over towards B. He has a lot of time to work with. You want to try to play for your first kill before you try to get this bomb down.
And he may just say, you know what? I'm not seeing anybody. I'm not seeing a soul. And Capsule tries to put him down again. Brought low, 50 HP. Here come Florida. And the timing not so great for Bruce. Already tagged up in the back. So many things to think about. Meanwhile, somebody's already on the defuse. DJ Cap delivering another blow, and Florida grabbed their second round. And Jamie, we're talking about a 1v1 that ends up going Shotzi's way. If that does it, this could be 3-0 for the Mutineers.
Exactly, Florida. They're just making the plays happen. Right there on their defensive round, they sent all 4 players through Cantinas. They know that OpTic Texas like to be the aggressors on that side of the map. And also, Shotzi loves to push through tunnel. Even when Shotzi found in that first spot, Vika was instantly there for the trade and then found a second kill to give them the advantage. Florida Mutineers definitely did their homework. Now they have the lead up 2-1.
Take a look at that quick replay. Just excellent work there for Vika in the midst of fire, in the midst of chaos. As he ends up finding a few, and that's just confidence at his finest. Knows that the door is open, and from there, delivers another one. On to Hook. Into round number 4 we go. Florida back on the attacking side. Some great numbers coming in from your SMGs. Both Capsule and Vika have been electric as they'll pop dead silence coming into the Cantina now.
Oh, and they're trying to at least get that first blood. Player from OpTic is able to get out, but Brack lines it up with the SMG. Switches from that tack. And the trade is now in from Vika, so another 3v2 scenario. Both players from OpTic Texas regroup, but Capsule's the aggressor.
Oh, wow.
The hedge, and he finds the final 2 kills on the round. Florida Mutineers, 3 in a row, now up 3-1.
I mean, they are just screaming confidence right now. Cap, no hesitation. Able to deliver his 7th kill already here in the game. We saw Brack pulling out the SMG. How often have we ever seen that? Mutineers looking like a well-oiled machine. You've got Capsule now on his 6th spree. He'll have that cruise missile to work with throughout the remainder of the game.
And that's so crucial. This is Cap and Vika so far setting the tone in this search and destroy. Now back to the defensive side they go. Brack still with the SMG in hand. He's just making it happen. The trade comes down to 3v3.
Jay, we're in an alternate universe. Brack is frying right now with the SMG. This is not possible. This is not possible. What are we witnessing? 1v2. Brack, it's all on to you. You got to come away with something special.
Wait a minute.
And right now, he's brought into the 1v1. Now versus Shotzi. Popping dead silence.
Dead silence invested. Shotzi has that trophy system, so he's going to be heard. Can Brack find the timing? Information now gained. Does he go for the one-on-one? He cannot win it. Shotzi, even with the TAC 56, is able to hit the movement, hit the first couple of shots, and clutch up on the round for OpTic Texas. Like you said, man, it's like an alternate universe. Brack almost just got an ace with an SMG.
Yeah, like we totally flipped here. Like Shotzi's running trophy TAC, Brack's running dead silence Vaz. Like, I don't know what's going on right now. Clearly it is working for Florida, but these have been such narrow round victories here for Texas. And in both occasions, it's Shotzi coming away with the crucial one. Everybody else has got to get involved and got to get involved quick.
And now this is a big round, though. If you are Florida Mutineers, you got to keep in mind they still have that cruise missile to work with. So OpTic Texas have to change the way they're going to play their defensive setup. You can already see the adjustments. You're going to have Dashy, the Soul Man playing towards back alley. The SMGs conga lining right through Barber as Shotzi finds the first.
Brack at least able to even things up. Meanwhile, it is Hook still hanging out in Barbershop. He's not got out of the chair, but the appointment's going to have to wait. Popping dead silence, roaming through middle. And thankfully has a little bit of smoke to aid him in getting back to the rest of the squad mates. And 3 versus 3, and right now for Florida, they could be eyeing up a bomb rotation. Looks like with player number 5, Capsule leading the way. Yeah, that bomb is moving right into the B site.
And should be able to take control of this B site for free. All of OpTic Texas playing for that aggressive push over towards A, watching the mid-map cross. There's already a couple players from Florida Mutineers in towards 10, so time's starting to tick. You don't want to continue to waste time trying to locate where they are and allow OpTic Texas to get that rotation. Let's just get this bomb down.
And that could come back to bite them. Texas already here, absolutely in ear's distance. Vika able to win a crucial one up close inside of dark. Numbers right now for the Mutineers. Can Vika get this plant down and escape with his life? Here comes Ghosty on the challenge, but it's a trade. Still for Florida, all on to Bruce, as we've got ourselves a 1v1.
Oh, wow.
Takes it from from the skies.
All the trades.
Florida come away with the crucial one
fast.
after it got dicey with that hesitant bomb plant.
Yeah, for both teams, it was just super aggressive over towards Gantina's. But when the ground started to slow down, you saw OpTic Texas. They were thinking that the pressure was still going to be over towards A. No one was going to be over
Florida
towards Tin
putting
side.
OpTic down right now.
Florida Mutineers hit that rotation. They find the initial kill. Eventually don't find the bomb plant because all teammates were near each other. So they just traded efficient. Now up 4-2. They still have that cruise missile to work with.
That's exactly right. Swing round inbound. A huge opportunity for Florida, and one that you feel like you have to have if you're OpTic. As crazy as that sounds, but already off the start, it is a team kill. Brack out of the picture, and Shotzi looks to try to take advantage of it, but Vico gets gifted two.
So now it's Hoop left at a 1v2, and the snipe comes out as Florida Mutineers clutch up on the round. Even after a team kill happens, Vico makes it happen from Hedge to find that initial two-piece, and then the fellow lines it up with the snipe. Right now, Florida Mutineers are making the adjustments, are just clutching up in these rounds, and now find themselves at game point. This is the round when you invest that cruise missile and try to attack over towards the B side.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's written in the stars right now for Florida. This is a team who is not going to be at COD champs, by the way. Currently 1 round away from being up 2-0 versus Texas. This team is motivated. Brack again with the SMG, not able to find the first blood. Who thankfully answers early, but it's 2 instant replies from Florida. And now it's Hook left all by himself. What has happened? What has occurred as Florida take another commanding map over OpTic Texas?
I don't know what's happening right now, but OpTic Texas did not come to Toronto ready to play as Florida Mutineers take map number 2, the S&D, over OpTic here at Major 5. Shotzi was still 8-7, but Hook at 2-8, and Ghosty at 3-8, and Dashy at 3-8. But Capsule at 11-4, and Vickle at 10-3 were just running the map. OpTic 1 Expo control away from losing this match, or can they start the bounce back of the reverse sweep?
In Toronto. I've been told it's not Toronto, it is Toronto. Remove the second T. If not, you sound like an idiot. Exactly like me last year. But we're learning. But right now, Jay, this has been, I don't know if we're actually playing COD right now. Apparently we are. Florida currently finds themselves up 2-0 versus OpTic Texas. We thought the OpTic boogeyman type of scenario was totally out of the picture. The spirit of Dave Patty, whatever it is. They managed to channel something special, and now they are 1 map away from sending the tournament favorites into the lower bracket.
That's insane to say, because Florida Mutineers right now, they are playing lights out. They're making no mistakes. Every mid-round, mid-game adjustment is working out to their favor. Everything is going right now for the Florida Mutineers. But the series is not done until you see that 3 in that scoreboard.
Yeah.
So now we got the control on Expo, where both of these teams did match up. OpTic Texas were able to take it all the way into a round number 5. It came down to every single team winning nothing but defenses. So key to victory for me, it's got to be whoever walks away with that attacking round, or at least earns himself 4 seconds.
Yeah, it feels like if you're Texas, like you got to hit the reset, like you got to have really a powerful team speech moving in
3 times
to this game number 3. And I mean, as you said, Karma is absolutely back there. He's got to support the boys, and we'll see if they can pull off something special. I mean, it is not, wouldn't be surprising at all if we see Texas start to earn some momentum. It's just been staggering the way that the few opening hard points, rather the few opening maps have looked. It is into the round 1 we go. A few seconds have expired, but it has been OpTic slowly but surely making their way into B, and right now they've got 3 men inside of the zone.
Yeah, that's already first segment done. And if you are Florida Mutineers, no sweat off the round, because they are great on a 2-minute hold over towards the A point. They're not even going to contest it in towards the theater. Just going to play for the exit kills. As Shotzi pops that dead sounds, he's trying to make the maneuvers around the map, but Vico sniffs him out. Tries to go for the chow onto the second, but OpTic take care of B point. Time extended now by a minute. Now it's all about fighting for that sauna control.
Let's see if they can manage to find it. A lot of players trying to make their way through the right side, top right side of your screen. Try to make their way around glass, get into saunas, and from there, that could be your window of opportunity. Ghosty with some visuals. He's having the SMGs fry, and with that, fortunately for them, they don't really gain a whole lot more than that. Shotzi in the meantime, attack in hand, starting to formulate a bit of a push as that time will be paused for the moment. And now it is on to Florida. How can they reply?
Yeah, how can they reply? And it's all on Brack, the guy who's slowly staying alive towards the back end, wins the one-on-one, eventually allowed his teammates to fly right back on in. Fellow with the great frag to take down Ghosty, and now Shotzi, who's been alive in the enemy lines for so long, pops that dead silence, finds another. And OpTic Texas, they're coming out on top in these trade fights. You just have to find the kills that are over towards the Sana side, because as long as Florida Mutineers stay pushed up on the left side of your mini-map, it's super difficult to try to capture A.
And I really like what Shotzi does here. Obviously, he's getting visuals, but he's also able to act as a bit of a checkpoint. He's trying to get Hook involved with him in these fights and trying to basically single out Vehicle. They know somebody's going to be in the back of their base. Unfortunately for Shotzi, he dives on forward on that spree. Would have loved to get him closer to that cruise missile, but time is ticking, and the Mutineers continue to win these trades.
Yeah, they're not stressing, man. You're holding down the power positions, and every time someone drops, you're winning some insane gunfights to retake that side of the map. Both of the ARs for OpTic Texas, they fall. Capsule with the Tax 56 in hand, just sitting towards the back bus, blocking that back spawn. And now there's only 25 seconds left. OpTic have to get a move on it, but they can't get past Cap.
And they also can't get past Vehicle. I mean, it just feels like layer after layer. Texas, they make a bit of progress. It feels like really the only shining moment so far of this round has obviously been capturing the point over at B, but also Shotzi going on that force spree. From there, they have not really got a whole lot of anything. Brack now, he's going to find himself on 4 in a row, and this round is about to be done. One last-ditch effort. Shotzi drops, and that is round 1 to Florida.
Good round for Florida.
I gotta say, Jay, that's
well.
not really what you wanted to see from OpTic. Like, that was all that convincing at all.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't
like
convincing,
said,
but Florida Mutineers, what they do so well
is
their defensive rounds.
They're
They're second overall on
OpTic
expo control, and that's on full display in this round number 1. They hold down that A point for 2 minutes. Every time somebody died up towards the bus side or towards Sana side, the trade was in, and they were retaking that position. And OpTic Texas just couldn't win a couple key gunfights to relieve all that pressure in the back of their base. As Florida take round number 1. But OpTic Texas, this is where they can respond. Last time they played, they put Florida Mutineers in that spawn trap nice and early. You got to try to replicate that again.
Yeah, this is the round that you're really holding on to, especially if you're a Texas fan, where you expect them to take it. This should be their opportunity to answer back in this game, get some positivity. Early on, it is Florida with some great trades, some great gunfights, and right now it is Brack currently sitting on 5 in a row. Sadly for him, he is the only one hanging out the stage. He's giving a press conference to absolutely nobody. But thankfully for him, he's managed to get that second segment.
Yeah, second segment in, but you're more focused on finding that kill because the cruise missile is so impactful on a map like Expo. But Shotzi shuts him down. They also take him off of that B point, so time's still ticking. They have players from Florida Mutineers going to try to contest on this side of the map. Dashing was a huge one-on-one towards the top, but Fellow and Vehicle are going to try to close out this B point. They know where the last guy's coming in. They should be able to extend this time.
Oh, great awareness there from Fellow. That is IQ, not EQ. Ladies and gentlemen, Millie finds a third. This has been a great start for Fellow. He did not have a great performance and that Expo control that they had versus OpTic Texas in the Major 5 qualifiers. Went double negative, already off to a great start as he looks to help lead the charge in the comms and the gunfights now in the remaining 1:45 that we have on the clock. It's a big one from Vehicle.
Yeah, Vehicle just sets himself up beautifully on the flank. Takes down that first player in Dashi. So now your teammates can slowly push up towards the bus side. Just got to clutch up on these next couple of gunfights, and they're fighting all of them in the feed. All of OpTic now coming off spawn. You do have Hook going on that deep flank. He could potentially cause them some problems as he takes down Fellow. But Florida, they get on the point. They stop the time.
Yep, here comes Hook on the back. He eventually does fall. So now it's going to put more pressure onto the Texas' front line. What can they manage to accomplish? A current 2-for-2 trade. Capsule wins 1. Not able to look toward his right. Fellow will thankfully win the trade, so map positioning is still there for the Mutineers. As Tyler Fellow putting him down left and right, and now he'll make a play for the spawns. In through glass, he'll elect to go. Hook finally able to win that engagement as they duel again. No segments yet over at A, but still plenty of time to work with.
Still plenty of time to work with, and you have somewhat map control if you are Florida. OpTic Texas, they playing really slow over towards Sana side. Vehicle on the flank. He does take down one, but now you know where the spawns are coming in. How much more of an impact can he make from this position? Absolutely nothing. As Shotzi takes him down, that's 3 dead in the feed. And with only 45 seconds left, OpTic just have to hold on for 1 to 2 more good pushes.
See if they can manage to do it. Comes down to just picks. As we know here, in control on certain maps. It's just a matter of finding a few in stride. Florida aiming to have that opportunity. Thankfully, they've got a few arrows starting to surround that A objective, but if Ghosty's able to find one that could turn the tide, now pressure falls on the Hook. By no means has had a great series, but this is the moment for him to have an impact, finding 2. That's 3 in a row as he is feasting inside of the diner. A few more left, and this round is going to go Texas's way.
You have a couple players from Florida setting up pinches. You have Vico, who's trying to go on that deep flank, but he gets gunned down by Ghosty. So now you get the close spawns if you are the Mutineers. You can still try to stop this clock. It's 6-6 in lives remaining.
Like it's 6 versus 4. Ghosty trying to go big for the team. Thankfully, they are able to wipe most of the players off the point. Vico, last one close, and Texas hold on. Gets a little bit dicey there from time to time, but wasn't actually able to work out to any zone captures over at A, which is kind of surprising, Jake, because I feel like Florida had more than enough time, it looked like, to maybe grab at least one of those zones, but that's just a credit to OpTic's defense.
Yeah, OpTic just traded efficient, held down the power spots, and chowed when they was needed to not allow Florida Mutineers to get that one segment. Currently in the game, Florida are outslaying OpTic Texas. They're all tied up in segments, so if we do get to that round number 5, it's going to come down to the kills. Now OpTic Texas back on the attack. It's always easy to capture this B point, but now you got trophy systems to work with. Let's try to go get a segment over towards A.
This has been a mode that OpTic has talked a lot about, saying that this feels like their only weakness, control. A game mode that they've been working on, stressing on. Dashie in an interview recently said, hey, it feels like control is the mode that's really going to get us over the edge. If we want to stop having these second place finishes, it's going to come through this mode. And right now they're relying upon it to make something crazy happen. Here versus Florida, the expedition of what could be a reverse sweep starts in moments like these as they are halfway done to getting that B zone.
Yeah, they're taking their time, only having one player on it, so everyone can try to fight for those one-on-ones. Take some map control. It looks like Florida, they're not going to give this one up for free. Fellow takes him down, takes down Ghosty, and now Vico's just throwing a couple of shoulders. Can he get out with his life? No, he cannot. So now with that being 3 dead in the feed, OpTic Texas should be able to close out B, and now have 2 minutes to try to get at least one segment over towards A.
That's right, this one's guaranteed, and now the push elects to be what we've talked about so often, right? Trying to get through the flank, get into saunas the best way that you can. That will be Florida's primary mode of attack. So far for both teams, it has been really capturing the B zone, but no success on A. Can OpTic finally make the wrongs right? That pick from Dashie is going to mean a lot.
Yeah, Dashie starts it off, but you still have to worry about Capsule, player in the back of your base. It's potentially setting up the rest of your teammates to get put in a spawn trap. Florida Mutineers controlling the right side of the map, trading efficient. Now just not going 2 to 3 dead. Shotzi, he does take down Brack, so now you have somewhat sauna control. You have Dashie in a position towards top double windows, and he's also on a 5 spree, so just play for this 1 kill, earn that cruise.
Put some tags into Brack. Not able to find him yet. They can still play some spawn kills. Loses Ghosty, loses Shotzi, so his ability to earn this streak becomes that much more important. He's able to do so. Massive W there for OpTic Texas, that you're going to have that cruise missile to use throughout the remainder of this game. And maybe even in the later stages of this round, depending on how dicey it can get, how much control that OpTic can get on the map. As here comes another flank now from the Ant-Man.
Yeah, Shotzi can make something happen here, but Fellow right off spawn reads the play, takes down Shotzi. They also find Hooped, and they maintain the left side of the map. So time is still ticking. You get at least one player in Dashie on towards the point, but he should easily get cut down. Florida Mutineers, they're just holding strong on the mid-map setup.
Trying to build upon it. Fellow brought low. But manages to stay alive, stay intact. Shotzi, does he get that extra tick? No, not yet. So close to getting that one segment over at A. However, that progress bar now begins to move toward the opposite direction. Fellow now on 5 in a row. Jay, he is 21 and 16. He is flying. This is vintage Tyler Fellow right now, ladies and gentlemen. T-Fel Enterprises start to invest in it. It's a wonderful venture. 4 lives left if you're OpTic. 10 seconds on the clock. This is a Hail Mary if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, it's got to be picture perfect. Got to find all the kills at the right moments. And at least try to stop the clock, but you cannot get past Fellow. He runs out of bullets, pulls out the knife. And eventually leads to Florida Mutineers now finding themselves at game point in the control. The potential to beat OpTic Texas in this series 3-0 is on the line. You have a cruise missile to work with. You have been able to outslay OpTic Texas the entirety of this map. Just try to do the easy work. Get that B captured and just simply don't get outslayed so you have defense in round 5.
If you're the Texas IGL, if you're Ghosty, really in this situation, Jay, what are you saying right now to the team to keep them composed and to try to help secure a defensive round just to see a round 5? What are you saying to the squad?
You got to put them in the trap. The initial gunfights are everything. You get a clean 3 to 4 dead. You block the back left spawn. You trap them towards Globe side. You put the kill heavily in your favor, and that's not the way you want to start it. As Florida send everyone over towards the B point, they get the first initial 2 kills, and now they're on it. OpTic Texas have to find an angle in.
Oh, Kappa's fire was different. You could just tell confidence elevated. Speed, movement. The man has got everything. And currently, it is that time paused right now for Florida as they send Vico pretty much as a scout. Try to earn some information, try to get over to that A zone. Unfortunately for him, he is forwarded. But in the process, the Mutineers, they're about to walk away with B, get another minute added onto the clock. So,
yeah, Florida, they can cap A here. This could be it.
Yeah, OpTic have to try to hold on because Florida are going to try to invest everything here, including the cruise missile. And Brack right now, he's not missing shots. SMG, AR in hand, does not matter. Right now, Florida, they found themselves in a great position. A lot of mid-map control. You did have one player on the point, but Dashy cuts them both down. So OpTic Texas take control of the mid-map, and now you're forcing Florida Mutineers to slow down their game and fight for the Sana side.
This has been the story throughout the entirety of this game. The offensive team captures B, but they've yet to capture anything at A. Fellow bringing in the cruise missile. It's only information. No kills will be consumed by it. And so with that, if you are Florida, you're relying on Brack to hopefully find a few kills, because if not, this could turn into a spawn trap. Big one from Brack. Fellow ends up finding one in the meantime. That is 3 down. Here come the Mutineers.
Here come the Mutineers. The only player up is Dashy. He does take down 1, but you can at least earn that first segment complete if the stack is going to be in. They're more focused on maintaining the map. Cruise missile does get invested. Nothing is going to be able to connect, but OpTic Texas, they still have the bodies. They're going to fly right through the pool, and they're able to relieve that pressure. Clean 4 dead. All of Florida, all spawn.
All of Florida off spawn, but at least they were able to earn a segment. That is one positive that you can take away. Obviously approaching that round 5. We'll see if it's even necessary, but good work just to at least put 1 through, doing something that nobody's been able to do so far throughout this game. A current 2-man down Florida, momentarily with numbers. However, a few of those Texas spawners in the bottom right side. So they'll be right back into this fight as Capsule right near that objective. This is basically setting up for essentially a search-destroy type moment. First blood is going to be key in this team fight.
Yeah, first blood is everything right here. As Brack was the player going on that deep flank, but he's going to assist his teammates through the middle of the map. Capsule starts it off with the first kill onto Shotzi. Even though OpTic Texas have Sauna control, they're not winning any of these gunfights. Florida Mutineers, they're coming out on top. Ghosty and Shotzi, they trade efficiently though, but not for much. The second segment is about to be in.
Oh, and thankfully Hook is there to save the day. Did they capture A? I'm trying to look extremely close. I'm not sure. It's a tight one. Regardless of it, it is Texas who just narrowly hold on to the second segment at A. 30 seconds to go. All I know is I need some glasses, just like Hook. Locking things down. 20 seconds to go as Florida begin what could be their last push, and it does not start off well.
Yeah, it doesn't start off well. You lose the initial 2 fights. Now OpTic Texas know where the pressure's coming from. Hook goes for the one-on-one shots. He finds the final. And now with only 10 seconds left, Florida cannot get out of their base. But Hook saw us all on a force spree. If he could potentially earn himself a cruise missile going into this next round, that's going to be crucial. Because Florida Mutineers, they've been able to outslay the entirety of the map. They also have a 1 lead in the segment column. So they're going to have that defense going into the round number 5. So OpTic Texas just have to try to figure out how we're going to close out that 8 point.
See if they can come away with it into our final round here of game number 3. What very well could be the final round of this series. No team yet to crack the code here on Attack. Can it be OpTic to finally walk away with one? Confidence would surely be at an all-time high, at least in this series, moving into the hard point. But can they do it? Hook on the force break. Would love to have that cruise missile, as you said, Jay. 2 away from it. Trying to fry, trying to fly. Nade tossed out as OpTic eager for information, and they do not go over toward B. In fact, they make a play over at the A zone off the rip here.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Just got to win the initial fights and at least earn yourself a segment to put the pressure on. But every player drops besides Ghosty. So now he has to put himself in a position to play his life, but he does get stiffed out. Florida Mutineers were ready for the push. Already 30 seconds knocked off of that clock. At least if you are OpTic Texas, with Dashy finding that kill, they get the close spawn over towards Bus, so you can still commit towards the save point.
Keep an eye to the top side of your map as well. Shotzzy actually just runs right through the B zone. Capsule finds him. So Shotzzy out of the fight, and now for the rest of the 3. Here from Texas, they run right into A, but they line up. It is a shooting gallery here for Florida as they find all 4. Excellent job from Vehicle, as now we're down to just 35 seconds on the clock. Texas thankfully able to pause the time for the moment as they are eager to get that B zone out of the way.
And how aggressive is Florida Mutineers going to be in this situation? You're up a lot in the lives department. You're back on the defensive side where you want to be. But Vico's doing it with the SMG and the AR. Give him 3 in the feed. Last player is going to be Dashy. He's the sole man for OpTic Texas over towards the B point. I know his teammates are spawning close, but you're worried about where Brack is because he's just trying to find the timing to relieve some of that pressure.
Oh, Brack trying to play spoiler at this kill. Could mean everything. Throws his shoulder. Not able to find it. Bruce.
All right, they got the
remains intact, and from there,
a
minute and 30 on the clock. OpTic buy themselves some more time. But can they make the most of it? That'll be the question. Florida has been so solid in these crucial situations of not going 3, 4 down. We know OpTic absolutely has the potential. They have the slaying prowess to make it happen. It's just a matter of the stars aligning.
Shotzzy right now at least puts himself in a position to take somewhat street control, but Brack is able to fill that gap. So Florida Mutineers still holding strong over towards the Sana side. Only 55 seconds remaining on the round. Now currently Dashy is on a 4 spree. He's trying to earn himself a cruise missile. He picks up the 5th, but does get traded by Capsule. Now time is still continue to tick. OpTic only have 11 lives.
Starting to deplete. Trying to make some work happen. Cannot turn. They're on to Fellow.
Shotzi's by himself
quickly
on
off the spun.
point.
Runs right into that A zone. We'll pause the time at 40 and some change. Can this be the moment here for Texas just to get a few segments on the board? Just shy of walking away with A. Florida come away with 3 kills as Brack hits the
6 lives
snapper.
left.
And that's a clean 4 dead. With only 30 seconds left, Florida Mutineers know that we have to hold down one more good push. Vico's already in behind enemy lines. He does take down 1, but with only 5 lives remaining, OpTic Texas need a miracle.
They do indeed. They pause the time, but only
die
for a
anymore,
moment.
though.
Fellow is there to take down Shotzzy. It's just 4 lives left. A miracle is what we need. But it's not one that we're going to have. Hook and Ghosty, last players alive. Here comes Fellow, and there it is.
Florida.
A hot 3-0.
Wow.
For the Florida Mutineers.
Florida.
And the OpTic
absolutely stun OpTic. 3-0 in winners round 1. Wow. Wow. What a game. What a game. Florida just come out hot. They're not in champs contention, but they definitely can play spoiler. Let's check out post-game interview with Vickle.
All right, let's get it. Vickle, my guy.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Listen, I don't think a lot of people saw that coming. Hot 3-0. How you feeling right off the win?
I'm feeling good. You know, Joe messaged me this morning. He was like, don't play like a pussy, Javi, and you got it. So, Joe, shout out.
So for Joe Merck, he wanted me to ask you how much playing with him in ranked helped prepare you for this. What did he teach you?
He got me ready for these big games. So I gotta thank him for playing rank with me. I gotta thank Teep as well. The GOATs, for sure.
No, listen, I grew a lot of respect for you and became a fan just listening to you BS with the old timers. It was awesome to watch. But what do you think gave you the edge over OpTic in this particular match?
I think we played them really close on Saturday on our online series. I just feel like maybe we were playing a bit scared. I was telling my teammates, like, hey, I don't even think like any of us individually played well, and we still made it close. Like, if we all come out firing today, we're winning for sure. And I think everyone fried, so...
Well, let's look forward a little bit, because listen, I know there's been many iterations of this Florida Mutineers team, but in the past there's been some of these big like round one upsets where you beat OpTic, you get to this high energy stand, but then like you lose the match after. How do you try to maintain that and make sure there's no fall off?
I think this is a different event for us because we come from winners. So I feel like in losers we always win round one, just lose round two, fall off short. But I think this event is different. We start in winners. It's like our champs in a sense, because we won't be able to play in Vegas, unfortunately.
True.
So we're just giving our all, and we're all proving that we deserve to be in the league.
Hey, listen, I know it's been a frustrating year at times, but it's been amazing to see you guys come together. Fantastic round one win, and best luck the rest of the way, buddy.
Please hold this 1 second.
Back to the desk.
All right. Florida Mutineers stun OpTic with a 3-0 victory in winners round one, sending OpTic to losers to play tomorrow. I think we got one more match left today to go to. I believe it's the Minnesota Rocker versus the Boston Breach. So stick around for more Call of Duty action.